Welcome to another episode of The Vegan Vibe. My name is Gretchen and today's topic is GMOs. The havoc inflicted by GMOs is vast and includes a range of topics such as global food security threats, crop vulnerability to parasitic species and pathogens, damage to soil ecology, toxic chemicals persisting in our waterways, increased use of herbicides and pesticides, uncontrollable and irreversible crop cross-contamination, extinction of native plant species, climate change, deadly health complications in our pets, farm animals, and wildlife, killing of bees, butterflies, and other essential pollinators, unjust treatment of farmers, unethical lawsuits, poverty, a growing suicide rate among farmers worldwide. But the urgent concerns I'd like to focus on in today's video are the human health hazards related to GMO food. What are GMOs? GMO stands for genetically modified organism. You will also often hear GE, genetically engineered, or GM, simply genetically modified. Creating GMOs is a laboratory process where a single gene from one organism is forcibly inserted into the DNA of another unrelated species. Species used range from bacteria and viruses to insects and animals, and the combinations bear no resemblance to natural breeding. Side effects of this process are harmful and absolutely unpredictable, yet the FDA granted GMOs the GRAS status, generally recognized as safe, which means the industry has no obligation to conduct long-term safety studies. And this is how GMOs snuck into the food we consume on a daily basis. Why did the FDA let this slide? Money. Monsanto, the leading multinational chemical and agricultural biotechnology corporation, has a revolving door connection with the FDA and other government agencies. But that is a convoluted topic deserving a video of its own. Why are GMOs dangerous? GM crops work in a couple of different ways. One variety is herbicide tolerant and designed to survive high doses of toxic weed killers. The other variety produces an insecticide within its cells, which when eaten breaks open the stomachs of insects and kills them. Use of GM growing methods have resulted in higher levels of toxic chemicals in our food, nutrient deficient foods from the chemicals binding to nutrients and making them unavailable to the plants. Then, when ingested by us, binding to the nutrients in our own bodies and making them unabsorbable. And, like the insects, GM toxins can also break holes in the membranes of human cells and enter our bloodstreams. Ever heard of leaky gut? Everyone seems to have it these days. It occurs when the intestinal mucosa is damaged, breaking apart the tight junctions of the cells, creating inflammation and destroying our intestinal barrier. The damaged cells are then not only unable to digest food and produce enzymes, leading to malnutrition, but also allow undigested food particles, toxins, and bacteria to enter the bloodstream, causing immune responses, allergies, and food sensitivities, and likely contribute to gut-related conditions such as inflammatory bowel disease and Crohn's. Now, GMOs aren't the only cause of leaky gut, but let's simplify this for a moment. Insect stomachs breaking open, human intestinal barriers breaking open. Interesting. Unfortunately, leaky gut is only one of the many health issues related to GMOs. This long-term toxicology study on genetically modified fed pigs resulted in high rates of severe stomach inflammation and a 25% increase in uterine weight. This research investigating the effects of GM potatoes on rats showed excessive cell growth on stomach lining, possibly leading to cancer, as well as damaged organs and immune systems. Additional research concluded that GM soy-fed rats had altered cell structures and reproductive organs and produced babies with low birth weights and survival rates. These are just a few of the numerous scientific research examples, but further proof of GMO health consequences come from farmers. In 2003, in the Philippines, approximately 100 people living next to a GM cornfield developed skin rashes, respiratory, and intestinal reactions during pollination. Symptoms reappeared in 2004 in villages that planted that same GM corn variety. Sheep and buffalo grazing on GM cotton plants after harvest in India died within a week. More than 20 farmers in North America have reported that pigs fed GM corn have fertility issues. Both males and females become sterile. And let's take a look at chronic disease rates. GMOs were introduced into our food industry in 1996. Since then, there has been an undeniable rise in obesity, diabetes, cancer, autism, and chronic disease in general. In addition, a study published in the 2004 journal Nature Biotechnology, which is the closest thing to human GMO trials to date, found that after consumption, transgenic plant DNA actually transfers into our gastrointestinal tract's bacterial DNA and reproduces indefinitely. This is terrifying, especially due to the continuous updates proving the importance of healthy gut flora. One of my biggest heroes, Jeffrey Smith, has recently published new research connecting GMOs to gluten sensitivity and the 300+ gluten-related conditions that demonstrate faster recovery once GMOs are eliminated. I strongly urge you to read his paper linked below, which contains more compelling data and shocking facts. And maybe the most frightening of all revelation is that we are unknowingly feeding our babies and young children GMOs every single day. GMO soy is a major ingredient in infant formula and in our kids' snacks and cereals. Children are most vulnerable to GMOs. Their immune systems and blood-brain barriers aren't even fully developed yet. We have been blinded to the destructive food we're feeding our family and continually misled by our government. The US is one of the only major countries worldwide that hasn't banned or labeled GMOs. We should be outraged. Okay, now let's focus on the positive for a moment. Here is the good news. Avoiding GMOs and incorporating an organic plant-based diet is rapidly improving the health of those who are willing to give it a go. Conditions such as migraines, skin problems, infertility, brain fog, fatigue, depression, premature aging, allergies, autism, autoimmune conditions, obesity and weight issues, food addictions, bloating, indigestion, acid reflux, gluten sensitivities, celiac, and every imaginable gastrointestinal or inflammation-related illness are often being relieved by simply cutting GMOs out of the diet. The top 6 GMO crops are corn, soy, cottonseed, sugar beets, canola, and alfalfa. Others include papaya, zucchini, and yellowneck squash. GMOs are in up to 90% of the food in our grocery store, in the form of high fructose corn syrup, oils containing canola, soy, corn, or cottonseed, sugar, unless specified from cane, and less obvious ingredients like aspartame, MSG, starch, whey, citric acid, and so many others. Meat and dairy also contain GMOs due to the fact that most factory farm animals are fed GMO feed, and cows are often shot up with genetically modified bovine growth hormone. Vitamin supplements and enzymes are even produced with ingredients derived from GMOs on most occasions. Try to avoid processed foods as much as possible, unless they are verified organic or labeled with the Non-GMO Project seal. Start noticing produce barcodes. Those beginning with 9 are organic, those beginning with 4 are conventionally grown, and those beginning with 8 are GMO. Although in the US there is no law to enforce the barcode beginning with 8, so you probably won't find it. When eating out, try to avoid oils, or ask what kind of oils will your food be cooked with. Coconut and olive oil should be safe, as long as the olive oil isn't a blend of canola or vegetable oil. Avoid menu items smothered with sauces and dressings, and try to choose options made with fresh ingredients. Eliminate sodas and other drinks sweetened with aspartame and high fructose corn syrup. Jeffrey Smith's Institute for Responsible Technology has developed a shopping guide that's perfect to bring with you to the grocery store. It contains GMO-free brands in about every food and body care category. It can be downloaded in the form of a pamphlet or an iPhone app at nongmoshoppingguide.com. I'll include the link below. I like to refer to my personal dietary choices as pure food veganism. I prefer to eat a high raw, high carb, low fat, low oil, low salt, vegan diet. And keep it pure, meaning as organic and GMO free as possible, in order to help those of you making the admirable decision to eliminate GMOs. I will be posting non-GMO grocery store product reviews and dining out options in future videos and on my soon-to-come website, theveganvibe.com. Keep an eye out. How can we join the fight against GMOs? With every dollar you spend on an organic or non-GMO project item, you are contributing to the fight. The more money major food companies lose to non-GMO food brands, the faster they are going to make changes. Education and action is key. Inform your friends and family members. Join local protests like March Against Monsanto or Responsible Technologies Tipping Point Network. Please watch Jeffrey Smith's documentary Genetic Roulette. You'll gain a deeper understanding of GMOs, from the science to the politics to the health risks involved. And watch for my membership club, Partners in Purity, coming later in the year. Thank you for watching this video in its entirety, and thank you so much to those of you who are connecting. A huge smile is put on my face with every comment, like, and subscription to my channel or Facebook page. Until next time!